This time at the Quick Speed Shop, I went to an awesome auction. I scored big for little money. Alright, so world-renowned artist Albert Paley works in Rochester, New York. That's where he's based, and he's retiring, and they had an auction at his studio today. So I went there, and there was tons of cool stuff. I didn't take any video or anything at the auction because it was a lot of people and too many things going on, but this behind me is just a little bit of what I've unloaded. So this is the first load out here. I got my antique steel racks here. These are all cast iron, probably turn of the century. That's why I bought this whole lot, was those. I got a whole bunch of desks, got some steel shelving units, more steel shelving units, 3 steel desks, a big paper cutter, some other miscellaneous stuff, a whole bunch of stands and racking in the back of the truck that I'm going to take out. I'll set up inside. We'll check that out. But I've got to unload all this, and I got at least one more trailer load I got to go back and get tomorrow. So all that stuff was on the trailer is the first load here. So like I said, the things I really wanted were these cast iron stock racks. I've even got some stock already laid up on them, but there's 3 of these, and they got to be, you know, turn of the century, you know, teens, 20s, something like that. So I got all 3 of those. I got these awesome stands. There's 8 of them. There's 4 6-footers and 4 8-footers, and these are the pipes that go between them. I'm not sure what they were, if they were holding things up for display or what the deal was, but all those were in the lot. I got like 3 steel tables over here. You can see the big shelf out back. Super heavy duty and reinforced, and about 8 foot tall double-sided shelves. So that was a good score. I mean, something like this would cost you way more than $22. And there's a nice set of shelves behind it and a couple of carts and some other stuff. Bam. This is just some of the good stuff. I got a 3 foot by 4 foot paper cutter, and the blue deal there. That's the homemade what do you call it, press. My buddy gave me that, so that wasn't part of the deal. But all this other great stuff in this bare metal, that was all part of the auction. All this stuff, $12. So what happened was the whole back of the room was office furniture and all this stuff. I found these, and it was in the middle of the lot, 414. It was in the middle of the lot there, and I asked if they would take those out separate, and they didn't want to do that. So I had to bid on the whole lot. I waited all day, like 5.5 hours to the auction. I tried bidding on a couple other things that went higher than I wanted to pay. So I got down to this, and it was the end of the day, about 3:30, 4 o'clock. The auctioneer was standing there, and he was kind of looking over here. Everybody else was looking over there. Then he started bidding, and I knew what the stuff was there, so I stood there. He started off at $25. One guy bid 25. I bid 50. Everybody else was like looking around, not paying attention, and he said, "Sold, $50." And all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Wait a minute, what sold?" "Well, lot 414. You mean all this stuff sold?" "Yep." So that was it. I got it, and I went. And about 3 people wanted to buy these, and I said, "Nope, no sale on those." But I sold some chairs, some filing cabinets, a couple desks to some other guys that are there for $40. So with tax and premium and everything, it cost me $62.10. So minus the $42, I got or minus the $40, I got all this stuff for $22. So that was a heck of a deal. I'm happy. So these are nice. Like when I've been painting stuff, I just randomly hang it on sawhorses or my step ladder and all that. I think I'm going to turn a couple of these with the cross pipe here into a painting rack, and I can hang hooks on them and stuff. That'll be awesome. I can actually make 2 sets or whatever, and I'll save the rest of them for something to work out good. They're pretty cool how they made them. They actually stamped out these bottom discs with a raised section, so when the pipe's welded on, the thing doesn't wobble around on the floor, because it only sits around the edge. You don't have a full disc on the floor. You got just a raised center section. So these are nice, and got a couple cool boxes back here. A shipping crate that's got Albert Paley Studios logo on it. So a lot of cool stuff. I really wanted some of the bigger tools, but a lot of people were there buying tools, and some of the stuff went out of sight, and I could see guys, stuff was in my price range, but I could see the guys that were bidding on it were guys that had bid a bunch of other stuff way up, so it would end up being more than I wanted to pay for stuff. So I wanted a big gantry A-frame. I lost out on that. There was a like a 40-inch press brake that was missing part of the jaw, and that got bid to about $250, which I would have paid, but that was going to keep going, so I let that go. And some other stuff was out of sight. There was like antique anvils they went for a couple $1,000s. Some other stuff like a little hand crank turn of the century, or maybe earlier than that, kind of like a slip roller. That went for $1,700. I couldn't believe that. I was interested in that, but not for that much money. So I'm happy with the stuff I got. I'm going back tomorrow, and we'll cut to that, and I'll see what I bring home in the other loads. Well, here I am, day 2. I spent another all day today. I had to blow off work again to go finish up my Paley extravaganza. This is the 3rd trailer load I've had on today. I took a load of office old metal desks, chairs, and all kinds of other metal to the scrapyard, but because the fluffy office chairs, I had like 20 of them, they wouldn't take it. They're like, oh, you can bring the metal, but don't bring these chairs here because there's not enough metal in them, which I've always taken those chairs to the scrapyard before, but I guess they didn't like because there's too many of them. So I said, look it, bro, I'm not taking these chairs back. I don't want to unload them twice. How about I just give you all the metal, which was like the trailer, it was about 3,000 pounds. I'm like, I'll just give you the metal if I can leave the chairs here because I don't want to deal with this. I don't have time to deal with it, and I'm not taking 20 chairs and throwing them in my backyard. So they're like, okay, you can make a donation to us by doing that. So I went, bam, I threw it all out in one big pile. And it was only like probably like $50, $60 worth of steel. It was well worth it to leave the junk there. So I got rid of all that, and now I got to unload this. I've got a real nice oak, used to be a door, and they turned into a table. I got that. Got some cool display cases with glass shelves I got to work on getting those off. Got an old wood desk. Got some 10-foot high metal light plants. An old shopping cart full of miscellaneous stuff. I got some other things in the back of the truck. A couple office chairs for my buddy. Some other miscellaneous metal pieces and trinkets I found here and there in some boxes because it was kind of like a big box lot of everything. But I'm about crippled from moving all this junk all day, so now I'm going to try to unload it before it rains tonight. Oh, I also got an awesome, what do you call it? Draftsman desk and draftsman table. It's pretty old, probably from the 60s. That's pretty awesome. So in closing, best $22 I ever spent in an auction, $50 for the purchase price, $12 for premium and tax, and then I sold $40 worth of junk. Oh, actually, no, I sold something else today for $10, so this cost me $12 for everything. Out the door, bam, what a deal. So if you don't know who Albert Paley is, go check him out. It's P-A-L-E-Y. He's a world-renowned sculptor on a massive scale, big massive sculptures, and him and Jesse James from West Coast Choppers and Austin Speed Shop and all that stuff. You know Jesse James, Firearms Unlimited, Jesse James Cutlery, the Metal Man, the Master, the Motorcycle Madman. Him and Albert Paley just did a special on PBS where they started a sculpture and one, and they switched halfway through, and it's pretty interesting. They filmed it last year, and I actually got to see him come do a screening last year in a little theater, and they actually got to do a talk, and I got to ask him a question. I gave Jesse James a Quick Speed Shop t-shirt and had both him and Albert sign my Sentinel book from the Albert Paley Sentinel sculpture. So that was pretty exciting, and the highlight of last summer. So that's it. I'm going to get back to unloading, but thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit the bell for alerts, tell your friends, and as always, we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop for hot rod builds, hauling junk around, miscellaneous auction buys, whatever else is going on here. We'll see you later.